matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and our home team. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Down, 185.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Pull together. It's first. 44. Mike, 44. I'm on.
From the 29, Carr is going to fire one deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't. But it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Here we go.
Now Carr. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A first catch for the man leading the NFL in receiving yards in this first month. And a first down to boot.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Throwing on first down is Carr. On the screen, this is Eckler. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
What down? 180. Squeeze, double. 93. 9.
On third down, here's Eckler. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. On second down, Eckler. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Carr now on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Chargers nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come to my work. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Cluster. Hey, easy. Hey, watch that. Slam. Deuce, wait. Hey, switch gears.
From the gun, Rivers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Alpha! Get on!
Now Rivers. Allen's got it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
The Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, easy. Check 3. Back. Hey, Delta. Check.
Now a first carry from Melvin Gordon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike 53. I got you, boy. Buckle one. Hey, Rocket. He's checking. Crash. Check 24. Shit. 0. Shit. Whip. Hey. Kill.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd?
12. You. 53, check 53. Double dog, that's the way. Check 50. Hey, go orange. Check 50.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a toss play to Eckler. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Austin Eckler, 84 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Chargers nothing.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Get the ball. Check 26, check 26. Hatchet. Left to right. Check. Check hot route. Hey, I want to go load it. Watch out. Hey, 79.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 53. Hey, keep it up. Cluster. Mike, small. 53, Mike. Hey, cluster. Alert flare.
Operating from the gun. Rivers gets it to Gordon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Set, 380. Check 53. I smell fear in that offense. Load it. Load it. Check 52. Set. White. Double up. He's coming. Double White. Show it up. Show it up. Load it. Load it. Behind.
Now Gordon on first down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Hey, Rocket. 54. Hey, box drop. Run 80. 54. Down to lose one. 36. Check. 12. Check 13.
They just got that play off. Now Rivers. This is caught by Williams. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw again on second down. Rivers, he's got Allen. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Bill 180. Black 11. 53. Mike 53. Yo. 12. Hey, check 24. Watch the safety creep. You go tight. You got tight.
On first down, it's Gordon. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Mike's 50. Hey, easy. 55. Load it. You better be afraid of me.
On second down and 4. Rivers complete. It's Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Run 80. Check 50. Kill. Hey, Delta.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
14 yards is the pickup there, and a Raider first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
49.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Escapes the sack. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. It's Carr. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
49, guys. Mike.
Carr going to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Carr to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Finding room inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run here with Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Carlson is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. A first scoring update now from Carolina, and an early advantage in that one for the Giants. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Keep it up, guys. Shoot! Zero. 80 weapons. Red! Out. Slam. Red Delta! Get
Throwing, Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
To throw is Rivers. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
No. Off.
Rivers on first down. Completes it to Watt. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game.
Watch the shift. Tight zone. 25. Check 25.
They'll run on first down. Gordon, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, I'm coming. Watch out. Hey, go orange. Wide. Get wide. Joker. Hey, 79.
Here's Rivers. That is caught. It's Benjamin for the Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the ship. Drill. Watch the ship. Mike's fofo.
It's Eckler again. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now, 180. It's out time, guys. It's out time. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Hey.
Carr now to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Down. Blue 80. 49. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check it back. Check it. White Monday, down.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So from Charger territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Raider 1. 44. Mike, 44. I'm coming.
Shotgun now for Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers 21. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down, and he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Carlson able to put this one through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Say left. Hey, turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rivers, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. Rivers to throw it. He's got his man. It's Williams. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Rivers throwing complete to his tight end, Henry. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, Rocket.
Check three. Hey, watch it.
Say easy. Hey. Wait, 89.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Then 180. 190.
54. Mike, 54. Come on. You better bring it. Hey, switch gears.
Red Delta.
Mike 5-4.
Q.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Sponge.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers. It's complete to Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Kill.
Keep it skinny. Hey, go orange. Q.
Throwing Rivers. He's got it to Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
53, check 53. Watch the run. Check. 53 is mine. Check.
0.
I got you. I got you.
Rivers now to throw on first down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cleveland Farrell in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Let's go one more. Check.
Wait. Orange four. Go.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Round 80.
Check. Walk 54.
Red.
Here I come.
Q.
Here I come.
Red Delta.
Check.
He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Alex Anzalone in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack.
Delta.
Back to throw. Completes it to Benjamin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Hey, Delta.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Here we go. He's checking.
Hey, Rocket.
He's checking. Crash. Check.
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And Allen's got it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They come up in an offset eye. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. And he's in for the touchdown, and barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late 4th quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds.
The Raiders take over first at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position.
He's got a man complete. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. With 9 seconds remaining. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Hatchet. Slam. Check.
Hey, go orange. Split.
One last shot now for Rivers. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively.